A Japanese lab severed a sea slug's head, and within hours the head was eating. The body it left behind still had a beating heart. The question is, which half survives? This is not science fiction. In 2021, researchers at Nara Women's University in Japan were studying a species of sea slug called Elysia marginata, when something happened that stopped the lab cold. A slug had autotomized, severed its own head from its body at the neck. The head did not die, it moved. It fed. It continued its day as if nothing had happened. And then, over the next 3 weeks, it slowly, methodically grew back everything it had lost. Heart, lungs, reproductive organs, a complete body, rebuilt from nothing but a head. The researchers described it in the language of academic journals as surprising. That is one word for it. To understand what makes this possible, you first need to understand what these animals are, and what they are willing to do to stay alive. Sacoglossan sea slugs are small. Most are under 5 centimeters. They live in shallow coastal waters across the Pacific and Indian Oceans, grazing on algae. They are not fast. They are not strong. They do not have venom or armor or size working in their favor. What they have is this: a groove near the neck, a preformed separation point, and the ability to use it. When the body becomes a liability, infected by internal parasites, compromised by disease, the head makes a decision. It contracts the muscles at the groove. The seal breaks, the head detaches. The body, still containing the heart and most of the major organs, falls away. It lands on the substrate below. It continues to move, slowly without direction, for days, sometimes weeks. The head moves on. Round 1 goes to the head. It chose this. The body had no say. Here is where the body makes its case. After separation, the headless body retains something extraordinary: a functional cardiovascular system. The heart beats. Blood, or the molluscan equivalent, continues to circulate. For the first few days, it looks like the body might win this. It is larger, it contains more biological infrastructure. If survival were simply a matter of resources already accumulated, the body should outlast a bare, organ-free head with ease. But the body has a problem. It cannot feed itself. The mouth, the entire feeding apparatus, left with the head. The body has no way to take in new energy. It is running on reserves, and reserves run out. The head, meanwhile, began feeding within hours of separation. Same day, first meal before the wound had even begun to close. Round 2 looks closer than round 1, but the body is burning down from the inside, and it does not know it yet. Here is the fact that changes everything. Elysia marginata, like several related species, does something no animal should be able to do. When it eats algae, it does not fully digest the chloroplasts, the photosynthetic machinery inside the plant cells. It steals them. The chloroplasts are incorporated into the slug's own cells, where they continue to function. They continue to photosynthesize. They produce energy directly from sunlight, inside an animal. The head, after separation, has these stolen chloroplasts distributed throughout its tissue. While it regrows a body, a process that requires enormous energy, it supplements its feeding with direct solar power. The body does not have this advantage in any useful form. It is sealed from light. It is sealed from food. It is a machine running with no fuel line. Round 3 is not close. The head has an energy source the body cannot match. 3 weeks. That is how long it takes, in the documented cases, for a severed sea slug head to rebuild a complete functional body. Not a simplified version of a body. Not a partial reconstruction. A heart, a reproductive system, a full circulatory network grown from stem cell-like structures near the neck wound. The Nara Women's University team documented this across multiple individuals. Several of the younger slugs performed the separation more than once, autotomizing, regrowing, autotomizing again. The older slugs attempted it but failed to complete the regrowth. Age, it appears, has limits even here. The body by this point is gone. After roughly 10 days to 2 weeks, the headless body stops moving. The heart, that stubborn, admirable muscle, finally stops. The tissue breaks down. The head outlived its own body. and it rebuilt a new one. The deeper question is not which half wins. It is how biology permits this at all. Most animals, including every vertebrate, cannot survive decapitation for a simple reason: the brain controls the heart. Sever the connection, the heart stops. Sea slugs do not work this way. Their nervous system is distributed. Ganglion clusters spread across the body rather than centralized in a brain. The head contains the primary ganglia, but the heart operates with a degree of independence. This is why the body can keep its heart beating after separation. The heart does not need the head to tell it what to do, at least not immediately. But independence is not the same as survival. The heart can beat in a body that is starving. It beats until it cannot. The head, by contrast, controls feeding, controls movement, controls the ability to find algae, consume chloroplasts, and power the reconstruction. The head is not just the smarter half, it is the half that knows how to stay alive. The body fights hard. It keeps a heart beating for up to 2 weeks with no fuel source and no instruction. That is remarkable in its own quiet way, but the head wins, every time. It wins because it can feed. It wins because it carries stolen solar panels in its tissue. It wins because it contains the biological programming to reconstruct everything it lost. And the body does not contain the equivalent. The body is infrastructure without management. The head is management that builds new infrastructure. Nature designed this animal so that one half of it is disposable. It simply took us until 2021 to watch it happen in a laboratory and accept that we were seeing what we were seeing. The head does not do this to be dramatic. It does this because it works. If you want to see more animals that make the rules of biology look optional, subscribe. Next time, we look at the creature that can survive being completely frozen solid, thawed, and resume walking within the hour. The rules, it turns out, were always more of a suggestion.